Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stoneman, and today I'm going to be talking to you as to all about why you should always be manifesting, why you can't not manifest. And this video, I'm going to be a little more, since I'm going to be a little more, oh, guys, I'm like, oh, I have to be harsh to people. Well, it's going to help people. So I have more belts now, so I put them up because they're nothing but healing, so I'll show them to you a different day. It's ametrine and azaztolite and clear quartz and a whole bunch more, and in this video topic, I'm gonna talk to y'all about basically you having to manifest. Like, I'm gonna ask you some questions right now. This is gonna be a very interactive video. So, and I'm like, how can I basically push people to manifest? How can I push people to basically want to manifest? Because most people don't. Most people just don't. So when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you might be already doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you could do a little bit better. So some people are just way off their beaten track. So that's why when people get Moldavite, for example, it gets so crazy. So let's talk about it like this. Let's have an interactive part of this video, because I'm thinking here, just like, how can I explain to people that you have to manifest? I'm like, how? How can I tell someone you have to be manifesting? Where's your manifestations? I wish I had someone do this for me a very long time ago. But basically, when it comes to your manifestations, you have to think about where you want to be. Let's just have a conversation right now. This is going to be a whole different video. So I'd like you to tell me right now, where are you at in life? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Who are you right now? What would you like to become? What are the things that you just find completely cool? Because God finds us to be cool. He loves us. He made us in his image. He took time out of his existence to make us. So the biggest thing, and basically, and this is what I said in my past video, the Creator creates creators. He made humans in his image, in his likelihood. So if we don't create, we're screwed. And what do I mean by that? If you're not creating something for you, if you're not working on something, if you're just not doing something, even if it's just in your mind, then you're gonna feel horrible. You're gonna feel like, what is going on? And I'd like you guys to remember a time. Let's just say you have a project, and I'm going into my mind's eye to find examples because my angels are giving me some. But for example, and if you ever see me squint my eyes, it's like, what are you doing? It's because I'll teach it in a video. Basically, you could just make the basic. Okay, I'll teach it now. So when you squint your eyes is when you actually see more. So for people who are clairvoyant, it basically it's a good way to flag away illusions and to see a whole bunch more. For example, you can see someone's aura. If you squint your eyes and open them back up again, then you just see a vibrant aura. So you can also, it's a next button on vision. So if your angels are showing you a vision, you can kind of hit like next. So that's something completely different. It's something I've been more in tune to, because I'm like, okay, let's go to the next vision. So it's something, there's several different things you can do with squinting your eyes. But that can apply to this video. So I'd like you to try that right now, because you guys can tap into your clairvoyant visions as well. So basically, see yourself right now. See yourself outside yourself and be like, okay, this is me right now. Because pretend you are your angelic guide. Like, okay, this is me right now in life. If your angel was looking at you right now and telling you from a different perspective, where would that person want to be? Let's just be honest with themselves. So, and this is just switching your perspective. So I see my angel down there standing looking at me now that I point down there. But that's the thing. You have to just look outside your perspective, because humans are not honest with themselves. So they're like, well, I'm happy where I'm at. Well, maybe maybe you are, but what would you like to have that's a little better? Let's just say if someone has really bad health, I have everything I ever want and need. What about your health? For example, people who are barely making it by in bills, what about wealth? What about abundance? So be honest with yourself. That's the first step. Be honest with yourself, because humans are not very honest with themselves. And it takes a half second to look into someone's soul and just be like, okay, you can see the back of their brain and be like, okay. So that's exactly how humans interact with each other. So it's like, hello. And then that two eyes exchange, it's eye contact, it's an equal exchange. So little do you guys know, you just read each other's souls like, but that's how life's supposed to go. That's how God designed us. For people who don't want to be basically, oh, okay. For people who don't like when people look at them like that, and those people have some form of attachment or something like that. But back to my video topic. So I'd like you to focus on yourself. What do you look like? Who are you? Who are you becoming? And just think about it. Just think about it. So, all right, let's just say you'd like to achieve more financial abundance. Well, and this is the thing. I talk to people, and I'm like, okay, are you manifesting? I'm like, yeah. And this is a lot of, and I'm not making fun of anyone, but this is usually how it goes. It's like, hi, and basically, yeah, I'm manifesting a new house and a new car, and I'm manifesting my dream job, and then you ask them, my angel's whispering very closely in my ear. When I have the windows up, it's completely different because they're a lot closer, so they mess with my ears when they talk, so very tickly. So basically, I'm not making fun of anyone when I say this, but like, yeah, I'm manifesting. And I'm laughing because my angel's tickling my ear, but they're like, yeah, I'm manifesting. I'm like, well, I want this, and I want this, and I can't stand this, and I want that. And I'm just like, so you're just taking whatever you want, and you're pushing it away from you. And people will be like, what do you mean? No, I really want it. The Bible says, I shall not want. Why does it say I shall not want? It's because when you want something, you push it away. Think about this right now. So, and that's the thing. You can't go, you can go around with desires, but, and that's why, that is the biggest reason as to why you always have to be manifesting, because humans naturally want stuff. You always want something a little better. You want something a little bit better. So if you're not actively manifesting, you're just pushing stuff away from you, and you're getting it to you by accident or on purpose because God gave it to you, but he will not enable you to the point where you can't manifest your own things by yourself, and you'll just be in a situation and you're like, how did this happen? It's because you manifested it. So think of things that you want in life, or desire. Don't use the word want, desire. So a lot of people will say, well, I want this and I want this. It's trained. It's how society teaches us. It's how we get disempowered. So you want this and you want that and you want this and you want that. It's just like, you don't have it, so you want it more, and it pushes it away from you. What happens if, and that's the thing with humans. I'm going to go to that example right now. What happens when you're in public and you see someone who likes you, and you know they like you, but you want them back? Or not want them back, but let me reset it. So basically, you want that let's just say, because humans mate and integrate. So let's just say you see someone in public who might be your soulmate, and you are not fully aligned and they are fully aligned and they want you. So they basically energetically, this is a good point. They energetically desire you, and you know that the person's right for you, and you want them. Like, you just want them too much. And they can feel it, and it's just like, it's kind of like a repulsive energy. So if you turn to the other end of a magnet, no matter how much the magnets want to be together, one just goes bing and just sends the other one away. No matter how much they're both magnets, one's a completely opposite magnet. They could be both magnets, so they could be both soulmates, but one is turned the wrong side and it's pushing the other one away. So that's the thing. So what happens if you are someone who basically, so you see your soulmate and you know they like you, but you're not overly wanting. You're like, I have love in my life. And this is what I teach you guys. Have self-love first before you manifest anyone, or else you're just going to scare people away. And it sounds mean, but we're not being taught that in society. That's why a whole bunch of relationships, there's like 1 out of 100 relationships seem to do really well. And those are normally 100% of the Most High God. So the relationships that do well is because God allows them to do well, and he teaches people like, okay, this is why this relationship is succeeding and flourishing. It's because it's through the Most High God that relationship is being stabilized and being brought together. So if you see someone, for example, and you're like, I really like that person, and then even if that person's gonna approach you and you have that so much energy of want, they can telepathically feel it, and they're just like, like they get the ick. They're like, and maybe not today, let's talk another day. Versus you love yourself to the point where, like, and you're not gonna be mean to the person either. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm like, oh, God bless you, or just like be as sweet and nice as you are, but don't be overly wanting. And you just go on your way. It doesn't matter if they approach you. It doesn't matter if they don't approach you. You can say hi if you like, but as long as they don't feel that energy of overly wanting, they'll be more drawn to you. They'll find you mysterious, and they'll be curious, and they'll be like, what is going on? They're like, for example, if you normally, if you see that person and you normally hug when you say goodbye, and maybe you felt like you wanted a hug, but like, I'm okay, I don't need a hug or whatever, and then you fist bump them and you go home, and that person can't stop thinking about, why didn't they hug me? Like, it's because you're so focused on yourself and they're so focused on you. So one is fire, one is water. So that's the biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. Like, I'm on a reflection right here. So that's the biggest thing. It's like, when you want it too much, it gets repulsed from you. It's like, what? So think of, and I just use that as an example. Think of the spirit of financial abundance, or just financial abundance. Think of financial abundance as the same person. So that's why I use love as an example. So let's just say financial abundance is over there, and financial abundance is walking over to you like, oh, I find this person to be very attractive. And that financial abundance is walking over to you like, and you're like, I want it, give me it right now. I need it. It's like, it's think about, I think it's hilarious, but it's serious at the same time. It's because, let's just think of an ex, and you left the ex, and they're just like, I can't be without you, I need you, and you're like, that's the same thing with the spiritual financial abundance. It's like, and the spirit of financial abundance takes off, but the second you get yourself together and you're like, I have financial abundance, so I don't need it. And it's just like, oh, this person's not needy. Okay, ooh, oh, cool. And like that's the thing. If you ever see the people who, and I used to study humans when I would go out and about, and I would see people, and for example, the most popular, and I'd study interactions between men and women. So basically, for example, I would see the guy, and I would go to like collegey places or whatever, and this is very interesting because this is all about want and need, and this is why you have to find out exactly what you want and need, because whenever you want something, if you're not manifesting actively every single day, you're pushing everything you ever want away from you. So I'll give you an example. I would go to bars and clubs, especially in after college, because I was studying in college. I was really studying, so I waited till after college, and I'd study human behavior. I'm just like, I wouldn't really drink like that. I'd watch people, because I don't know how anyone likes the feeling of being a drunk. If you don't remember something, you can't be yourself. What the? No. So basically, and the next day you feel like that too. So that's a new face unlocked in this video. So that's the biggest thing. I would see people, basically, for example, if the men wanted to approach the woman, and it's basically they'd all plan to talk to the girls, and then the girls would want them to, and the guys would want the girls, and then after that, then you see they both want each other, and that's why that's why that whole dynamic doesn't make sense, is because both of them want each other so much to the point where they're both pushing each other away, because they're both opposite ends of their magnet, if that makes sense to you. So for example, one's attracted, the other one's attracted, but they want each other too much to the point where they're just playing games with each other now, and because they have wants, but they don't actively manifest that they have. Does that make sense? So the one who actually does the best, who attracts the best, is the one who's just kind of like, he's just chilling, or for example, she's not worried about what her friends are doing, or he's not worried about what his friends are doing. They're just enjoying their time out. So and then that's the one who gets hit on the most, or gets the actual person who develops into a relationship, because they don't have these wanting behaviors. So let's just say, what happens when you get into a relationship with someone who has these wanting behaviors? Those don't go away. You don't have a happy relationship if you're someone who always has wants, because even before you got into the relationship with the person who constantly wants, they're still wanting, because they haven't manifested that they have, and you have a wanting person, and a wanting person cheats. So let's rewind it back. If you want, you're going to repulse, even if you're in a relationship and you always want, you want something outside yourself, you want something, like you want more in your relationship, but you're not giving thanks for what you have, you're going to push everything you ever want away from you, even when you have it. You can force two magnets together, but they're still pushing each other away from each other when they're two opposite ends. You can make them touch, and you can make them stick together, but the second you let them go, it'll go, bah! So in essence, the reason I use love as an example, because I normally don't even talk about love. I talk about, you guys focus on yourselves first. And that is exactly why. It's because when you're so focused on yourself, and you're not like, oh, I wonder who loves me today. It's just like, God loves you and your angels love you. So focus on yourself. And once you start focusing on you, you know how attractive you become? Because if you're, let's just say, if you're on a hunt trying to find your soulmate, you're scaring people away. You are flat out scaring people away. You are running them away. They're running. They can feel you haunting them, and they're running. Versus let's just say you're focusing on your life's packing. Like, let's just say, like, you're that kind of person, like, I don't even care who comes along. If they come along, then good. Then you'll be friendly, nice, respectful, polite, but you're not overly wanting. And that's the people who have the longest lasting relationships, the healthiest relationships of God. So think of the relationship between you and your financial life is the same thing that applies. So that's why I use love as an example. It's because if that person, just swap that person out with the spirit of financial abundance. Are they attracted to you, or are they repulsed from you? Is the spirit of financial abundance, are you wanting and needing the finances to come to you? Or do you only think about, let's just say the spirit of financial abundance is a him or a her. So do you only think about him, or do you only think about her when you basically, do you only think about them when you need them? Like, oh, I need some, let's just say you need to pay your bills. Oh, I need some affection right now. Or, oh, I already have the affection from financial abundance right now. So you attract more. Okay, I hope this video resonates with you. This entire video is pointing to why you have to be doing active affirmation. If you're not doing active affirmation every single day, at least 3 times a day minimum, just every single day, just 3 times a day, feel yourself. Be like, okay, get yourself together and be like, okay, I am rich and I am wealthy, or I am loved, I am deserving of love, etc. So make sure you're feeling that in your soul. Make sure you're feeling that in your soul. And then you will radiate attraction. You will be a magnet to everything you ever want or desire. But you have to be honest with yourself and be like, okay, am I actually pushing stuff away from me that you want? Or, because you can be like, well, I think positively. That's not enough. Affirm it out loud. Because you're affirming a whole bunch of other stuff out loud by accident. So ask your questions in the comments section. You can get a Florida Stoneman custom necklace from floridastoneman.com. It's the strongest thing you can ever wear in the physical and spiritual worlds. And it will change your life. Check out the website, look at all the reviews, and look at all the people that has helped as well, because you're going to be very happily surprised when you get yours. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. God bless all of you. Ciao.